In less than a week, Israel's Air Force was able to take out all of Iran's air defenses in the western part of the country, along with dozens of nuclear sites and military leaders in an ongoing series of pinpoint strikes. If the Israeli Air Force wants to destroy the Fordo nuclear facility, though, it's going to need help, and it can come from only one person: President Donald Trump. The list of Iran's military leaders and nuclear scientists killed so far in the recent Israeli strikes is a who's who of the Mullah regime's top people. The head of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, along with his commanders of the Air Force, Aerospace Force, and Intelligence Force, are all dead, as are most of the lead scientists working on Iran's nuclear program.
The Iranian regime finds itself today in a place that I don't even think that in its worst nightmares he thought it will be.
Avi Melamed is a former Israeli intelligence officer and hostage negotiator. He's now an author and founder of the organization Inside the Middle East. He says it's not surprising Israel's defense forces are experiencing so much success against Iranian targets, since the IDF was displaying similar expertise over the course of the wars with Hamas and Hezbollah. Whether it was the beeper attacks on Hezbollah, the daring commando raid on an underground Syrian weapons facility, or the recent strikes in Iran, Melamed says Israel is showing its commitment to dealing with the Mullah regime and its proxies.
What we see is, in a way, more of the same, but obviously the major and crucial element here is the fact that we are looking at an arena that is 1,500 kilometers away from Israel, and you are looking at a state, an enormously big state, Iran, which is about 60 times the size of Israel. So, of course, from that perspective, this is very impressive.
But even with its deep strike abilities, the Israeli Air Force can't take out the crown jewel of the Iranian nuclear program, the Fordo enrichment facility. Its main hall is about 260 feet below ground. Nothing in the Israeli inventory is big enough to bust that bunker. The only thing that is big enough is the massive ordnance penetrator. Only the United States has the 30,000-pound conventional weapon, and only a B-2 Spirit stealth bomber is big enough to carry it, meaning the only way to take out the Fordo site from the air is if the United States gets directly involved in combat operations against Iran. While Israel would likely welcome the help, President Trump would be breaking a campaign promise to keep the U.S. out of foreign conflicts. Melamed thinks it might not need to come to that, though. He says the most important thing the United States, and specifically President Trump, can do right now is show the Iranian regime he's in lockstep with Israel.
The ultimate guiding interest of the regime is its survival, its endurance. And so it has to be clear to the regime that if they're going back to the negotiation table, it's not to do another endless rounds of talks and games, but basically to comply with terms that are going to be dictated and presented to them. Or, as I said before, to risk the downfall of the regime.
There are reports Iran is ready to negotiate a ceasefire, but neither Trump nor Israel is ready for that just yet. Not until Jerusalem is convinced Tehran will never be able to enrich uranium within its territory ever again. It shouldn't take too long to know what the US and Israel decide to do, though. President Trump did warn all of Tehran that they should leave, and Israel is showing no signs of slowing down. If you want more straight fact reporting like this, download the Straight Arrow News app today.